Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in and watching this video. My name is Jessica and I'm super excited to be here with you tonight to talk more about the Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living. I'm super passionate about this program and about this company and helping others, coaching them through this. So tonight, that's pretty much my goal, is to kind of give you an overview of what this program is and how this program works. And we'll kind of hop right into it. But first, I just want to kind of give you a brief background about who I am. So like I said, my name is Jessica. I'm living in Greenville, South Carolina, but I'm originally from upstate New York. And I moved to get away from the cold. But so I went to school in SUNY Albany, in New York, and I went for my degree in social work. So I did not grow up always planning to be, and I'm going to grow up and be in network marketing. No, I had a different mindset, the typical mindset I would say, what we're kind of coached and guided as we grow up to go the path of going to college and going into the corporate world. So that's kind of what I did. And I got my, like I said, I got my bachelor's in social work. I went full on into an advanced standing program, so 1 year into my master's degree, and I continued in social work. And basically, my purpose back then was because I wanted to help people, and social work just screams helping people. And I was in that field for a little bit, and I quickly had realized that that field was not for me. And, you know, like being young and naive, people were telling me while I was, before I even got that deep into the program, like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? Like, it's a really stressful job. You don't get paid. It's high burnout, and like all of that. Like, I just shut it out. And I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do. Turns out it wasn't what I want to do. I understood the burnout really quick. I understood that the pay was not there, and we were getting paid very little for the very hard amount of work that we were doing. And yes, there was some rewards attached to it. But in the end, I just knew that I didn't want to continue within that field for 40, 50 years, however much long that there was. So I knew I had to make a change for myself. So it was then that I decided that I wanted to move to the South. So I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. I changed my degree into digital advertising. Yes, I got a little bit more of a pay raise, but still not much. And I was working within that business. And also once I moved to Charlotte, I had no one there that I knew. It was really just like I picked myself up and I chose that city, which I love Charlotte. It's awesome. But so when I got there, I was trying to meet friends. And this is kind of an introductory too of how I got introduced to Arbonne. But so I was using this app, Bumble BFF. So if you're familiar with Bumble, that's a dating piece, but then there's the BFF, which is to meet friends, which is pretty awesome. And it's crazy how nowadays everything is just like working off of an app. But when I went on a Bumble date, I met my friend Gabby, who's now my sponsor in Arbonne, and that typical question comes up of, oh, so what do you do? And she kind of introduced me into Arbonne because that's what she was doing. That was her full-time job. But, you know, the mindset, like I said, I had no focus on that whatsoever. So it wasn't so much like she told me what she did. She invited me to a couple of parties. And again, like I kind of like shut it down whenever anything was presented to me about the business or about the products. I'm like, you know, I'm just here to meet friends. I'm just here to mingle. And her party seemed fun. So I went. But the more and more that I listened to what the company was about, the more that it piqued my interest. So each time I hung out with her or went to a party, like I had one ear open. And it wasn't really until fast forwarding 2.5 years later, where I was analyzing my life, I was finding I was getting very depressed. And it was mostly because I'm young, I'm 27 years old, and I was really analyzing where I was and where I was going to go. And I'm like, you know, if I look back 5 years, I haven't really grown too much. But if I look 5 years down the road, where am I going to be? What's going to change if I keep doing what I'm doing? And basically, I was finding that I was depressed because I wasn't liking being restricted to the 9 to 5. I feel like we are being we're taught to go down this path, like I said, and you work this 9 to 5, but I feel restricted, and anything that you need to get done outside of that can never happen. Like going to doctor's appointments, you have to take off. And I was realizing that like I don't want to keep working for somebody else. I don't want to be waiting a few years to be recognized to give me a promotion, or any of that. Because I just think it's crazy that we work so hard and it's very, like, we have to wait so long to get rewarded. So the more and more that I listened about Arbonne, I was really intrigued, because it was aligning with my goals, with my passions. My goal, I want to travel. I don't want to wait till I'm 65 years old, and being able to go travel to different countries and explore. Also, being far away from home, it really makes me really sad that I don't get to see my family that much because I don't have the money to fly home, or I don't have the paid time off to go. And one final thing too is just that right now I don't have a family, but down the road I do want to have a family, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom. But I want to still have, it's like that juggle where it's like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but I still want to make money and have my independence, so it doesn't all fall on my husband or cause stress there. So all of these things are going through my head, where I finally picked up the phone and I'm like, you know what, Gabby, let's meet for lunch and let me hear what this Arbonne thing is. And so now here I am, completely in love with it, completely just like uh, blown away at how long it took me, my stubbornness, to not listen to it sooner, because it's brought so much joy in my life. And I'm here to share with you why I've gotten involved with this company, the mission behind it, and ultimately this 30-day challenge, which I completed myself. So I kind of want to dive into that tonight and talk to you about, like I said, this program, because our health is the most precious commodity. So I want to talk to you about like what's going on with our bodies, how our bodies work, how it detoxifies, and kind of explain to you how this Arbonne 30 can help support you in your health journey and alkalizing your body, and how it may be different from other programs that you've tried or that you've researched or anything like that. So kind of jumping right into it, guys. So one thing I really want you to take away from this is that food is either fuel or it's poison. And that's so true, because what you're putting in your body is so important. And what they say, like, you are what you eat. You think about the foods that make you feel good versus the foods that make you feel bad, because everything that you're putting in your body is either helping you or it's hurting you. So when I got involved with Arbonne, I quickly wanted to get involved with trying out this program, because for me, I wasn't that healthy before I joined this business. I definitely liked my sweets, I indulged in things, and I was not eating as many vegetables. There was a whole bunch of things, but it was a goal for myself to get healthier. And what better way to do that and holding myself accountable than to be a health coach? And for me, I'm the furthest thing from a salesperson. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it genuine, because if it's for you, great. I want to help you through it, but I'm not going to convince you, because I don't want to help anybody. I can't make anybody do anything. You have to want to do it yourself. So all I can do is educate you on what we're providing and kind of leave it up to you. So for me, it's when I'm telling people about this program, I wanted to do it for myself, before it too, because I don't want to just talk the talk and promote this program. Like, I want to stand behind it. I want to be able to walk the walk with you, and I want to talk to you about symptoms that you may go through. So that's exactly what I did. I did this program with my boyfriend. Thank God, luckily he wanted to be an accountability buddy with me, which I always recommend doing it, because it makes it so much easier and so much more fun. So the two of us did it, and I didn't really have a goal of weight loss. Mine was more internal things, because I found myself being very tired all the time, breaking out, fatigue. I got headaches all the time, like migraines, to the point where I had to take Excedrin or else it will not go away. So going to the bathroom was not always the easiest. So I definitely wanted to dive into this program, and the results were amazing. I have before and after pictures, and my boyfriend, the same thing. I lost 4 pounds. He lost about 6 to 8 pounds. And we'll kind of get into more of a discussion of that. And like I said, our weight loss was not even our goal. But the thing with this program, because I know you might be thinking about like, oh, 30-day cleanse or 30-day detox, like those words are thrown around there. But I don't want you to think of that as it's depriving your body of food, because I know there's things of juicing, there's things like calorie countings. It's not another fad diet. Our philosophy to this is incorporating as many whole foods as possible, while also incorporating the cleanest supplements to add to make sure you're getting all your nutrients. So I first want to talk about 4 components to this program. And guys, not gonna lie, I tried to be all cute and to like make these signs, but like the first time I made it, it was backwards. And so I had to like write it on the other side, and it just didn't work, and it was too much. So I'm just gonna not be cute and talk about it. But so 4 components. The first component is that our goal is to avoid and take out all inflammatory foods. So that's going to consist of gluten, which 50% of the population has a gluten intolerance. We're also going to be taking out dairy, which is very mucus forming. Soy is another one because it's a processed form of protein. It's very acidic for you. Okay, this one I don't want to lose you on, and I don't want you to shut this video off, but we're eliminating coffee because coffee is very acidic. But don't worry, guys, because we have a really good substitute for this, I promise you. And it actually does work because my boyfriend is a morning anchor. That's why I'm kind of speaking low right now because he's in bed. He has to get up at 2 in the morning and anchor from 4 in the morning to like 9 or something. But the thing is, he used to drink coffee, and once we did this program, he was completely fine drinking the tea and the caffeine that we provide through this program. That's not acidic; it's alkaline for you. And after we finished the program, I gave him the option, like, "Do you want to go back to coffee?" And he's like, "No, I'm still good with the tea." So I promise you, it does work. Okay, getting back on track. We're also reducing our amount of sugar because sugar is just as addictive as cocaine, and it turns into fat or stores as fat. And then lastly, we're going to be taking out alcohol, which is just a great excuse to give your liver and kidney a break. And guys, I know that you can do it. 30 days may seem like a long time, but you can achieve anything in 30 days. So we need a break from all those things anyway. So we're going to be taking that out of our diet. Since they're all inflammatory and acidic. Second thing, we're going to be absorbing and we're focusing on absorbing foods and upping our nutrient intake. So the Arbonne kit is really such an easy way to have an easy button or a reset button. So whether you've really been a healthy person and then you went on vacation or a honeymoon, or it was the holidays and you're indulging, like this is a quick way to reset that and get your body back into motion. Or maybe you're not the healthiest person, but you've had a hard time figuring out what foods am I supposed to eat, what am I supposed to do, what plan do I follow? And so like I did, I used this as my vehicle to start becoming healthy. So we help you with that. The third thing is that these the products that we're using are really and truly detoxifying your body. So we're focusing on the elimination organs, which is your liver, your GI tract, and your kidneys. So the average person has not cleaned these organs. And I have an analogy to talk to you more about that. But the thing is, when you're eliminating toxins, those are the organs that are actually eliminating this and excreting it. So I know there's other stuff out there that people just say, oh, I'll do hot yoga and I'll get rid of the toxins and sweat it out that way. And yes, you can sweat out some stuff, but you can't excrete all the toxins that way. A lot of it goes out through your urine, through pooping it out, like I said. So not to get into too much TMI. And then the fourth component to this is the support that you get with this program. And this is the biggest part. It's the accountability behind it, which many programs don't offer to you. So you do get one-on-one coaching with your health coach, like myself. You get put into a Facebook group so that the Facebook group kind of breaks it down day by day to help you as a guideline. And there's also people that ask questions in there. So you can ask other people questions. You may be embarrassed to ask a question and it's already out there for you. So you get put into that. You get so many different resources like recipes, meal plans, which makes this so much easier for you. So it's really, we help you with as much or as little hand holding that you want through this. So just keep that in mind. So those are the top 4. So going back to that analogy, like I said, with getting rid of those toxins from your body. So what I want you to do, and I think this is the easiest way for us to kind of grasp this, but think of your body like a bathtub, right? So you may clean your bathtub every Saturday as your chore, but on the outside of it, it may be looking like it's clean, but the drain's going to get clogged every couple of months, right? So the same thing happens with your body. So the drain is our elimination organs, like I said, the kidneys, the liver, the GI tract, and the faucet is all the things that's going into our body. So food, drinks, stress, walking outside, the pollution from the air. That faucet is on full blast because we're always putting stuff into our body and sometimes we're not even aware of it. So what happens is, as you can imagine, that once you're filling up that bathtub, it's starting to get clogged. And once it's clogged, it starts to overflow. So when the toxins are going into your body and those overflowing, those symptoms are going to be things like headaches and weight gain, fatigue, low energy, acne, joint pain. What else? There's the list seriously goes on of all the symptoms. IBS is another one. Digestive issues in general. So a lot of the times we're getting these symptoms and we're not really sure where they're stemming from. And what do you think we do when we have all these symptoms going on? We typically go to a doctor when we're not feeling well, or when something's bothering us or irritating us or aching. We go to a doctor, and as much as I know doctors try to do their jobs, they don't act as a nutritionist. That's not their job. And honestly, they just don't focus on that area. So they're quick to prescribe medicine. So medication, adding that to our bathtub, it just continues on. And the US is just so quick to just prescribe medication instead of digging into the root of the problem and seeing what it is. So we've seen really good success with this program where people have completed this and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that I don't have IBS anymore. My headaches are completely gone. I have the most energy ever. I didn't know that dairy was causing me to break out. So like, we're not saying that this is a known fact to like cure your IBS or anything, but it has helped people overcome it. So we just like to point out that fact that like it does work, and we're really proud of that. So, okay, so sorry, I'm getting distracted, but so this is why with the Arbonne 30, we're focusing on getting rid of those toxins, pulling them out, because another visual for you is the fat in our body acts like bubble wrap, right? So when you're having these toxins go into your body, whatever those toxins are that I had just mentioned, but if you've got those toxins coming into your body is trying to protect it from getting to your major organs. So it's going to be like, oh no, you ain't getting up in here. So the fat wraps around it. And from there, you can't, when it wraps around it, you cannot lose the fat without losing the toxins, if that makes sense. So a lot of the times when you might think, oh, I'll just start eating whole foods, you have to, of course, turn that faucet off. So stop bringing in those toxins into your body, but then also focus on getting rid of them. Because if they're just lingering around in there, no matter how much you're exercising, you always have that stubborn extra belly fat or excess weight, those last 10 pounds that you can't lose. Like, you have to lose the toxins in order to lose that weight, or in order to clear up any of those symptoms that you have, the acne, any of it. So with the Arbonne 30, what we're focusing on doing is slowing down that faucet, because we want to take out, like I said, all those inflammatory and acidic foods. And we want to start focusing on having your drain working properly so that you can release the toxins and don't have that overflow anymore. So we want to really use this Arbonne 30 toolkit to use it in your everyday life. And stop really treating medication and all these other things as quick fixes and just band-aids, and really address the root of the problem. And so another thing I like to point out with like some other programs that you may have been looking at, and again, we're not here to like bash any other programs, everything is your choice, and one thing I like to point out is just that with Arbonne 30, the reason why so many people have seen success and love it so much and continue to do it even after they finish the program, they continue living an 80-20 lifestyle, is because it's exactly that. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's not something temporary. It's something that we teach you to continue on long after it's done. So it's something that we like to say it's sustainable. Certain things, I know some people get discouraged because they do these diets, and then after that, they really didn't learn that much from it, or they go back to their old habits, or they start to incorporate, like if you're doing juicing, or even the Whole30 is very restricted, where you can't have any type of grains, you can't have beans or anything. Like grains, we're having brown rice, we're having quinoa, all that stuff is good, and whole foods. So if you're eliminating everything from your diet and then you start bringing it back in, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to start gaining that weight. So I don't want people to get discouraged that they take out all this stuff and then they put it back in and then they're back to square one. That's not what happens with this. So that's what I really want to stress to you. So let's talk a little bit about what comes with your kit. So this is a super simple plan to start with nutritionally healing your body, because all over we've got different deficiencies because the U.S. is overfed and undernourished. So with us trying to help that, when you sign up for the Arbonne 30, again, with all those resources that you get, you also get this giant kit, and I'm telling you, it's literally giant. So with it, you're getting 2 bags of protein. It comes in chocolate and vanilla. You can choose one or the other, or you can choose 2 of the same one. If you're truly like, I hate vanilla, I only like chocolate, that's cool. You choose that one. And this will cover your breakfast and sometimes your lunch, depending on what your goal is. So if your goal is weight loss, you're going to be having a shake for breakfast and a shake for lunch. If your goal is not weight loss, you can be having a shake for breakfast and then a detox approved lunch and dinner. Honestly, the shakes are so dang good, and they're so easy. So sometimes I was choosing to have one for lunch just because it was quicker that way. But with the protein shakes, you're getting 20 grams of vegan protein powder per serving. It has complete amino acid profile, no artificial sweeteners. And speaking about artificial sweeteners, that's another reason why I became so passionate with this program, or with this company as a whole, because I didn't even really discuss the ingredient policy with you guys. But Arbonne is a vegan health and wellness company. So we don't just focus on nutrition. We've got other things from skincare to baby products, makeup, anything you name it, but everything's completely vegan. And because of all those things that we're eliminating, everything's dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, no artificial sweeteners, sugars, non-GMOs. It's certified and PETA approved. The list goes on, and literally every single year they're constantly reformulating products that have ingredients that have come out with that have been researched, and they're bad for us, whether they cause bad symptoms, or anything that's linked to cancer or any types of diseases. So not many other companies do that, because once they're on the shelf, they're sticking around there. Arbonne's not like that. So even if you order something this year, next couple of months, they could be reformulating it and bringing out a different one onto the market. So sorry, I'm getting sidetracked again, but going back to what comes in your kit. So you're getting those 2 bags of protein powder. And then you're also getting your bag of fiber. So with fiber, there's soluble and there's insoluble fiber. So this is the soluble kind, which means that you can mix it into water or your shake, for instance, and it'll bulk up in your intestines and help sweep through and grab the toxins. So basically what the fiber is doing is it's latching on to all of those toxins so that when you're ready to excrete it, it comes out. So it's helping exiting those toxins out of your body. You're getting 2 boxes of fizz sticks. So like I said, here's your coffee replacement that we talked about, your energy replacement, and it does work. It boosts your metabolism. It helps with your cognitive function, helps balance your blood sugar and control hunger. So some of the main ingredients in it is that it has green tea extract, vitamin B6 and B12, and natural guarana. And it comes in 2 different flavors. You could do pomegranate, you could do citrus. I personally like the citrus in my tea and the pomegranate cold. So you can start off your morning with that and then have a second fizz stick in the afternoon if you're starting to crash around 2 or 3. But with those 2 boxes, you're getting 60 sticks, and they're 60 sticks. And they're basically like those little crystal light packets. And then you're also getting a box of Digestion Plus. So Digestion Plus, this is a 3-in-1. It's a probiotic, a prebiotic, and a digestive enzyme. So for those of you that are not too familiar with what a probiotic is, it's a healthy bacteria in our gut, because usually there's always good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. So we want obviously more of the good guys than the bad guys. But unfortunately, with our lifestyles and our diets that we have, food, alcohol, stress, all of that, the bad guys tend to outnumber the good. And fun fact for you, you might be thinking, oh, I already take a prebiotic, so I'm good. The thing is, when your body is in a very acidic state, so all those foods that we had mentioned before that can cause you to be acidic, when you're taking those prebiotics, I had even told my mom about this. I'm like, the fact is your prebiotic is probably not even being absorbed. So by the time you're taking it, it's being basically just it's disintegrating, it's burning away because your body's so acidic. So it's not even getting to where it needs to go. So it's basically useless. So with this, because we're getting our body in a more alkaline state and eating all those whole foods, you're actually able to absorb those foods, which is the second component I had mentioned. Then next, you're going to be getting 2 boxes of detox tea. This tea is really good. I mean, personally, I think so. A lot of others think so too. It has a lot of milk thistle in it, which is good for your kidneys and your liver. So it's really helping with those functions. Those are your major organs, like I said. It's mild, it's caffeine free. It's an herbal tea with 9 botanicals. So in the morning, we call it like a tizzy. Like I said, so you'll mix your detox tea with your fizz stick and you have that. And I think it's just as good. We're not even having coffee anymore and we're off the detox. And then lastly, you've got, this is what happens on week 3. You're going to take your 7-day body cleanse. So this is a product to kind of do that final sweep and sweeping out through your colon because your intestines is like very wiggly like this. And so basically it's going to be going through and washing out those final toxins because with your body, you can be holding up to 5 to 25 pounds of waste. So that's where a lot of this buildup comes from, a lot of bloating that you have. You'll notice like on this detox program, Ted and I were both like pooping a lot because we just had so much backup in our systems. So like by week 2, I had already seen a significant amount, like almost all of my bloating was gone. So like I said, we have those before and after pictures and like my stomach is like so flat. And so basically with the body cleanse, it tastes so good. The hardest part about this is that it tastes like lemonade and you need to drink it slowly throughout the day because it's like 32 ounces of water you'll be drinking it with. So that's the hardest part. But basically you'd be putting it like in, you can buy one of these Arbonne water bottles or you can just use whatever bottles that you have and just put it in there, you mix it up and you just drink it out throughout the day and it just tastes so dang good. So that is pretty much the gist of it. And like I just want to talk to you guys about a few things. Like I know you might be thinking like, oh well, you know, I really want to do this, but I don't know if I've got the time. I don't know, like I'm always on the go. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but like if you truly want to do something, you will find a way. So I understand if some people are on the go with this program, it's helping you to teach you how to meal prep. And that was the biggest thing for me because I never did that before. And that's where we were tending to go out and like get something out to eat quickly. And when you're going out too much, like you're spending money and you're eating stuff that's not even that good for you. So you start meal prepping so that way you've got meals in the fridge already set to go. You've got your breakfast out. You've got like, you're snacking on this. I was snacking left and right. So like, you're not going to go hungry on this program. I was eating so much. We're not portion controlling you, which I think is huge. We're just making sure that you're eating whole foods and not eating any of those inflammatory foods that we had mentioned. But again, like if weight loss is your goal, then we're just going to kind of talk to you about what your plate should look like. But again, we're not here to starve anybody these shakes because with the fiber and the protein, and then you mix whatever we've like berries and spinach or healthy fats in there. We give you tons of recipes for that. So like you're not at a loss. You're not stuck saying, I've got all this stuff and I don't know what to do. Like you've got a coach there to text or to call. You've got recipes. You've got everything broken out to you. So it's so super simple. And it just comes down to how bad do you want this? So with that said, let's talk about price a little bit. If you're hanging in here this long, you're probably interested, and I'm super pumped for you because like I said, I cannot rave about this anymore. Like it's just amazing. And the results, we've coached so many people through it. It's just crazy. But the breakdown of this price, that it works out to be about $8 a day. So that comes out to $260 plus tax. And I know some of you might be thinking, oh my God, that's too much, but don't focus on, because I'm going to get this elephant out of the room with the price. $260 when it's kind of taking care of 1 to 2 meals out of your day, it honestly breaks down to be so much less than you think. And we've had we've had clients, so many clients that just tell us they end up saving money on this because you're being more aware of what you're eating. You're not going to the grocery store aimlessly or hungry and just packing your cart with a whole bunch of stuff. You're going with a list. You're not getting alcohol when you go out to eat. You're probably even eliminating how much you're going out to eat because you're not running to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Subway and just grabbing something on the go. Like, you already have really good healthy meals, and all this stuff tastes really good. Like, it's not bland food. So we're teaching you how to eat consciously so that you can live consciously. And this is not forever. So it's not saying that you can't ever have that slice of pizza again or that piece of cake. This is just something, it's a lifestyle change for you. So if you're looking for something to help you move forward in your life and reach those health goals and ultimately just feel better and look better, this is for you, and you are so worth it. Think of your pride, think of your health as an investment and not an expense, because that's honestly what it comes down to. So a lot of my clients, I talk to them about it and they're like, oh my God, you're so right. Because it's like, you can get off of some medications sometimes. It's kind of like a pay now or pay later, because you see this ticket item and you're like, oh my God, it's so much, but you end up saving money because you're more aware. Or in the end, you may be saving yourself doctor's visits for anything that you're going through, because you kind of keep going down this trend where you're going to need to go to the doctor to fix some type of health concern that you have. So like I said, I'm so excited that you're watching this video, and I would love to help coach you through it. So I know that there's so many times that you might just say, okay, I'll start tomorrow, and you might be putting it off. But guys, now is the time, and you deserve this. Like I said, there's nothing more than investing in yourself, because if you think about it, like, if you're there, we need to take time to focus on us and to make us feel good. Because if you're out there with such a busy lifestyle, and I totally get it, but if you're trying to help all these other people or do all these different tasks, your health, and nothing functions properly if your health isn't functioning properly. So I just want you to wake up with the energy and feel good every day, and not be bogged down with those symptoms that you might be going through. So like I said, I hope that this video was informative for you. If it was, and you're interested in going through with this program, definitely, I'm dropping my Instagram account into the comments down below, and I'll also put my email in there too if you're not on Instagram. But definitely reach out, because I'm here to help. I'm here to even ask any questions, because all that we ask is that you listen and you learn something. And if it's not for you, that's totally fine, but maybe you know somebody else that might be interested. But I just want to thank you for your time tonight, and I hope you learned something, and I hope this was beneficial for you. Take care. Bye.